Johnson & Johnson will have to pay compensation to more than 1,000 Aussie women after losing a landmark class action today over its vaginal mesh products. It's a small consolation for those whose lives have been changed forever.
We're incredibly proud of the brave women who have spoken up, and it's an acknowledgement today that their voices have been heard.
Today, an emphatic victory for hundreds of women forced into a lifetime of pain by corporate lies.
It is probably the hardest part about it all. Not being able to be the mum I thought I would be, and the mum I was.
At just 32 years old, mum of three, Rebecca Oates, needs full-time care. In constant pain, some days she can't even leave the couch.
They know mummy's got a sore tummy, mummy can't do that. The little look on their face of disappointment is what makes it really hard.
After the birth of her second child, Rebecca was given a transvaginal mesh implant to deal with incontinence.
The pain I felt was immediate.
Transvaginal mesh is stitched to the top of the vagina and hooked onto women's hips to help the pelvic floor muscles. Like a hammock, it's designed to keep internal organs in place. The mesh is made out of polypropylene, the same rigid material used in plastic chairs.
It's like just a horrendous burning sensation deep in your pelvis, like the worst period pain you've ever felt, and that's just constant. And then of course, if you walk too much, if you're on your feet too much, or move a certain way with the mesh in, then there's that sharp stabbing pain as well internally.
Rebecca's since had the mesh removed, but permanent nerve damage means the pain remains. And thanks to a damaged urethra, she can no longer urinate without a catheter.
I can't work anymore, so I've lost that independence and the financial strain it puts on everyone with all the extra medical bills and pain relief and tests and yeah, it's a lot.
And Rebecca is just one of as many as 18,000 Aussie women whose lives and relationships have been destroyed by debilitating pain, severe mental health issues, and the inability to have sex. Women who weren't warned of the risks, then when they spoke out, they weren't believed. But today, justice.
I held that each of the respondents was negligent.
More than 1,350 women have won a landmark class action against global giant Johnson & Johnson.
The risks were known, not insignificant, and on the respondents' own admission, could cause significant and serious harm if they eventuated.
The corporates have a lot to answer for, especially if they've treated women essentially like guinea pigs, lied about it, and done nothing to help.
The judge was scathing, finding the company rushed the lucrative products to market to beat its competitors, that it failed to investigate complaints, and that testing was deficient.
There are so many emotions running through my head today. You know, I'm so happy, but I'm devastated that this even had to happen. We knew this. We knew that they were negligent. We knew that they were hiding the information. I'm thankful. We now have validation.
Well, Justine Watson is involved in the class action. She's also the president of Mesh Injured Australia. Justine, I'd like to know how you felt when this decision was handed down.
Well, it's been a long time coming. Obviously, we're incredibly pleased of the verdict. However, you know, what's this going to do in the life of a mesh injured woman, and is this going to provide lifelong care for many of them who will need it?
Is it possible for you to put into words what this has done to you and to your life?
Look, it's well documented. After finding out that I had a mesh injury and just backing the truck up, you know, I had it in 2010. By 2017, I couldn't get out of bed and could barely walk. I had consulted with many different doctors and health professionals, and eventually I was told and referred to a psychiatrist, which of course the message was, this is all in your head, sweetie. So when I did find out what it was, and the odds the Australian surgeon gave me of removing it, which was multiple surgeries over a couple of years and the chance of a permanent catheter for the rest of my life, I tried to take my own life. I didn't want to be a sick person any longer.
Justine, it feels like this obviously isn't enough. I mean, after what you and all of these women have gone through and are still going to go through, because this is something you have to deal with and these women have to deal with for the rest of your life.
That's right. Removal isn't always the panacea. You know, we're still left in chronic pain, with autoimmune disorders, with chronic illness. And most of us have lost any semblance of normal life. We've lost our jobs, careers, homes, husbands, children. Children have had to care for us. It's an absolute tragedy.
Justine, what more would you like to see done?
I'd like the government to formulate a stronger response. I would like them to be financially supporting us. You know, we're going to America for removal at a cost of nearly $50,000 because Australia hasn't come to the party quick enough yet. I'd like to see better regulation of the TGA, better regulation of colleges and surgeons, higher classifications of medical devices.
Justine, I hear what you're saying about this really never being over for you, but have you had an opportunity today to reflect on the fight that you've waged and the battle that you did win today?
We did win today. However, it won't give us our lives back. And this, you know, it's been a decade of my life I've lost to this so far. You know, and rebuilding a life, you know, with an illness is not simple. And with psychological scars.
So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well because I'm really loving getting the message out there. There is a whole plethora of people out there in rural areas who are older and not on social media, who are non-English speaking, and if they see this and know that they've been sick for a long time and have no idea why, they may just start to look at it as maybe having been that surgery with that implant.
Justine, we really appreciate you coming on the program tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And the great thing with that really is it was only a small percentage of women that were actually part of that class action, and they can still join the class action and benefit from the eventual payout. We'll make sure we have the details on how you do that on our website.
I've read a lot of articles about this over some time, but I've got to say, seeing the women there outside of court today, it's really brought home the impact of this on their lives. It's one of those stories I find it unbelievable that we, as a society, that something like that's been allowed to happen.
And it's good to hold a company to account, but no amount of money is going to change what those women's lives are like. And, you know, it's almost like they've been sacrificed for this, and it's just so horrible to see that they then have to find a way to go forward for something that wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
They just wanted help.
Well, they believed everyone, including the government.
Yeah.
And they've still got a case to answer.
Yeah.
But it's time for a break. We'll be back with more in a moment.